When I saw the missed call from him early morning last Sunday, I feared the worst. As I returned the call, I asked him, I hope all is well. And his response was, she didn't make it. This was the same thing the doctor said to me when my dad passed on over a decade ago. What exactly does that statement mean? Once you're born, death is a certainty. So when you get to that bus stop, you have made it there. Everything else in between is a journey to an expected end. On that journey, no condition is permanent. We'll all experience different seasons, situations, experiences, obstacles, etc. But one thing I can assure you is that no condition on that journey is permanent. Seasons come and go. None is permanent. Day turns into night and back into day. Embrace every moment with faith. When I walked into the morgue and saw all the bodies on the floor, you couldn't distinguish between rich and poor. They all looked the same. For those who were grieving, there was no different grief for rich and poor. Grief is grief. Why do we live life without understanding? As I looked at the faces of all those on the floor, I couldn't help but wonder at the stories, and if given one more day on earth, if there was anything they would do differently. I left that place certain in my mind that every one of us should visit the morgue at least once in 3 months. We will certainly rethink how we live life. We are ready to hurt and kill each other over nothing. We worry over nothing. We fear the non-existent. Some refuse to live their life to the fullest because fear is their shadow, a reminder to the worst that could happen. I have lived through seasons that broke my heart, made me despair, and cried a river at times. But there's something the knowledge of God does for you. It lets you know no condition is permanent. As a young man in the city of Abuja, I was blessed. I was living the life, as some will say. I had a connection to one of the most powerful men in Presidential Villa who I saw almost on a daily basis. I leveraged on that connection and made a lot of money. Life was good until I foolishly let some of those who I thought were my friends in on my connection. One of them leveraged on the information, and before I knew it, my Oga at the top had stopped taking my calls. I called back to back desperately for days on end to no avail. This man just cut me off, and those who had orchestrated this laughed, thinking I was finished. Man can cut you off, but God will never cut you off. About 12 years later, I saw this man for the first time, and he was clearly embarrassed. The same person he cut off 12 years ago was now giving him $1 million on a transaction. The arm of flesh will fail you, but God never fails his own. I will tell you guys something for free. I never bore him any grudges. Today, I'm aware that he's in so much pain because a mutual friend who is now highly placed seems to have cut him off. Do you know what I did when I found out? I begged that friend to call him and see him. Free people, forgive those who have wronged you. No condition is permanent. Every wrong is a stepping stone to the right place. Do you know that you are not perfect either? Knowingly or unknowingly, we have also hurt others. As you forgive others, also ask those who you have offended to forgive you. Sorry shouldn't be the hardest word. How can those who call themselves Christians find it so hard to say sorry or to forgive others? Unforgiveness, anger, and bitterness are a disease to the soul and body. Get rid of all bad memories. They are junk and take up unnecessary space in your system. Just the other day, my phone was sluggish and very soon sent me a prompt saying that the RAM was full. Easy fix. Delete all the apps you don't need. All the views and pictures you keep for reasons you can't even begin to understand, or those you don't even know are stored on your phone. Once you delete them, your phone starts working better. This is the same with the human body. Get rid of everything overloading your soul. Delete all anger, pain, grief, bitterness, heartbreak, heartache. Delete everything that causes you to remember someone and be sad or angry. Clear it out. Clear out worries of this world. It's not by force to drive a BMW. Don't have sleepless nights over it. Don't have sleepless nights over a trip to Dubai you can't afford. Don't have sleepless nights over sending your kids to a school in London or America you can't afford. It's so painful seeing parents live harrowing lives because they must be part of those whose kids school overseas. Ask those who have gone before you their experience with their kids. Ask them how many of them get calls or visits from these kids now. Some traumatize their children by sending them overseas and then tell them to do what their mates do to survive. Really? They should prostitute, do fraud, steal, do anything and all things to survive, is the message some send to their kids. Are you saying that all the young Nigerians who are blazing the trail in all spheres of human endeavor schooled overseas? Don't break your season. Don't short-circuit nature. You can't afford the price. Kids on drugs, broken homes, mediocre lives, more than every evil in society is what happens when we short-circuit nature. No condition is permanent means that this too shall pass. It also means that after the night, your morning will come. It means that the Egyptians you see now, soon, you will see no more. It means weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Recently, I transplanted some palm trees, and shortly after they appeared to be dying. Every day, I had my gardeners water palms that to the ordinary eye appeared dead. It seemed a futile effort as they continued to dry up, but I didn't give up on them. I just made sure they were watered and manured. Then one day, somewhere in the middle of one of them, I saw a small green leaf spring up. One after the other, shades of green started appearing on them. Don't you ever give up, because after death comes life. This is the message of the cross. No condition is permanent. Even when others have said you are finished, God continues to water you. They say, see how she has lost so much weight. Things are so bad for her. But God continues to nurture you. They say she's a divorcee. Please don't let her come near you before she scatters your marriage. But God continues to apply manure. They say he has lost the oga at the top who used to help him. But God continues to remain your only oga at the top. One day, a shade of green appears. Then one day, news of a better job comes. Then one day, he proposes to you. Then one day, an alert comes in. Then one day, the sound of a baby crying. Then one day, your barnyard is full. No condition is permanent, but the love of God is permanent through all conditions. In a few days, I will be 50 years old. I have seen a lot, heard a lot, experienced a lot. I count it all worthy because God has been with me every step of the way. I count my blessings not in silver and gold, but in the love of God, the love of my family and friends, the opportunity to come before you through Sunday Nuggets every week. God has surely blessed me. And so today, I will say this prayer for those who are going through their seasons of life. Daddy, water their roots. Show them light by night. Give them a sign that their hearts may not faint. Let morning bring good news their way. Open their eyes to know you and see you the way you want to be known and seen. Show them the reason for each season. And let them know that in everything and through it all, you, my daddy, will never leave their side. God bless you all.